Have you ever wondered how intense rivalries in football can get? I'm not just talking about teams clashing on the pitch, but when players themselves start a war of words and actions that stretches beyond the field. Sometimes, it's not just about the game, it's personal. Today, we're diving deep into the world of football players who just can't stand each other. From ego clashes to off-the-pitch betrayals, these rivalries have fueled unforgettable moments in football history. So, without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Zlatan Ibrahimovic versus Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's kick things off with two giants of the game, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Cristiano Ronaldo. Both players are known for their supreme confidence, but what happens when two of the most self-assured footballers in history face off? You get a rivalry that spans years. The tension between Zlatan and Ronaldo dates back to 2014 during the World Cup qualifiers. It was a high-stakes match, a game that would determine which country would head to the World Cup. But the real spark of this rivalry happened off the field. During an interview when Zlatan was asked, "Messi or Ronaldo?" Without hesitation, Zlatan responded, "Messi." A seemingly harmless comment, right? Wrong. This jab landed right before one of the most important matches of his career, and Ronaldo took it personally. During the match, Ronaldo wasted no time hitting back. He scored not once, but 3 times, securing a hat-trick and sealing his country's place in the World Cup. Ronaldo even celebrated right in front of Zlatan, driving the point home that he wasn't someone to be messed with. But Zlatan wasn't one to back down. He got his revenge by scoring a powerful header and a brilliant free kick in the same match. However, Ronaldo had the last laugh, eliminating Zlatan's Sweden and advancing to the World Cup. This wasn't the end though. Over the years, the beef simmered, with Zlatan continuing to take jabs at Ronaldo whenever possible, even bringing it up in interviews as recently as 2023. Number 2. Kevin De Bruyne versus Thibaut Courtois. Next up, we have a rivalry that took a very different turn. This wasn't about football skill, it was personal. It involves Kevin De Bruyne and his former teammate, Thibaut Courtois. Their fallout wasn't over an on-field issue, but a love triangle that shocked the football world. De Bruyne was once in a relationship with Caroline Lienen, but things turned sour when it was revealed that she had an affair with none other than Thibaut Courtois, De Bruyne's close friend and teammate at the time. The betrayal cut deep, and the two players have never been the same since. In interviews, Lienen revealed some harsh truths, claiming that Courtois was more attentive in one night than De Bruyne had been throughout their entire relationship. The public airing of their private lives only added fuel to the fire. For years, De Bruyne and Courtois maintained a frosty relationship on the field, but when it came time to face each other in the 2023 Champions League semi-finals, De Bruyne had his revenge. His team, Manchester City, crushed Real Madrid, Courtois' team in a 5-1 aggregate victory, and De Bruyne scored in the process, getting the ultimate payback. Number 3. Roy Keane versus Patrick Vieira. If there's one rivalry that defined the Premier League in the late 1990s and early 2000s, it's Roy Keane versus Patrick Vieira. These two midfield generals led their teams, Manchester United and Arsenal, through some of the most intense battles in football history. But their rivalry went far beyond the pitch. Keane, known for his fiery temper and no-nonsense attitude, met his match in Vieira, Arsenal's towering and combative captain. Every match between these two was a war, with tempers flaring and confrontations aplenty. One of the most famous moments came in 2005, just before a crucial match between the two teams. In the tunnel, before the game even started, Keane and Vieira clashed, with Keane famously telling Vieira, "We'll see you out there." The match that followed lived up to the hype, with Manchester United coming out on top 4-2. Keane had gotten the upper hand, but the rivalry didn't end there. Over their Premier League careers, Keane and Vieira faced off 12 times, with Keane winning 4 times to Vieira's 3. The tension between them was so legendary that it's still talked about today as one of the greatest player rivalries in football history. Number 4. Luis Suarez versus Patrice Evra. Not all football rivalries are built on healthy competition. Some, like the one between Luis Suarez and Patrice Evra, are based on something much darker. In 2011, during a match between Liverpool and Manchester United, Suarez made racially offensive comments towards Evra, sparking a controversy that would last for years. Evra reported Suarez's comments to the referee, and after an investigation, Suarez was found guilty of using racially abusive language. He was handed an 8-match suspension and a hefty fine. But instead of apologizing, Suarez doubled down, refusing to shake Evra's hand in their next meeting, further escalating the situation. This rivalry became a national story, with fans and players from both sides weighing in. Eventually, Suarez's actions caught up with him, and he was condemned not just for the incident with Evra, but for other unsportsmanlike behavior, including biting opponents on multiple occasions. It's safe to say that the football world won't soon forget this ugly chapter in player rivalries. Number 5. Zlatan Ibrahimovic versus Marco Materazzi. When it comes to football rivalries, few are as intense as Zlatan Ibrahimovic versus Marco Materazzi. Their beef started in 2006 when Juventus faced Inter Milan. Materazzi, known for his aggressive playing style, delivered a harsh tackle on Zlatan, leaving him injured and furious. From that moment, Zlatan made it personal, vowing to get his revenge. Fast forward to 2010, during a match between AC Milan and Inter Milan, Zlatan finally had his chance. As the ball was in play, Zlatan launched a devastating martial arts-style kick into Materazzi, sending him crashing to the ground. The kick wasn't just a retaliation, it was Zlatan's way of saying he never forgets a grudge. Materazzi had been known as a tough player, but this move from Zlatan showed the world just how dangerous he could be when crossed. After the match, Zlatan confirmed his actions weren't an accident. He admitted in an interview that he had been waiting for years to take down Materazzi. For Zlatan, the incident was a long-awaited payback. For fans, it became one of the most iconic moments in football rivalries. Rivalries are part of what makes football so thrilling. Whether it's the competition on the field or personal grudges spilling over into the public eye, these conflicts add an extra layer of drama to the sport we love. From Zlatan's never-ending feuds to personal betrayals between teammates, these stories remind us that football is more than just a game. It's a battleground where pride, ego, and emotions run high. So, what do you think? Who had the biggest beef in football history? And do you think any of these rivalries will ever be truly resolved? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the world of football. See you in the next video.